Okay, so here we are at the creating a landing page video in our list building training series. Now this is going to be a little interesting because we're going to intertwine our regular web design with landing pages a little bit. Because when creating a landing page, you don't necessarily have to collect an email or use an opt-in form. You could be selling a product or doing doing something that didn't involve collecting an email. So let's go ahead and go into our Aweber account. Let's go to our dashboard. And there's two ways to do this. You can come in here and click landing pages, and this is going to show you a bunch of different landing pages you can choose from, and you can run your landing page right through your autoresponder. But what I like to do is I like to create a landing page with our website and then put a basic sign up form on it. And the reason I like to do it like that is because when you back up your sites, let's say if you switch companies and go to a different autoresponder company, maybe one has a better deal or something, or works better, maybe you lose it. You still have, if that happens, you still have the backup of your site, of your landing page, and you can just re-upload your people if you back them up. So you can import your people and download your subscribers. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Let's go ahead and click on landing pages. All right, and it's going to say create a landing page. Go ahead and click on it. And it's going to pull up all these different landing pages. Look, the first two are personal coaching offer. That's funny since that's exactly what we're doing. Something like that at least. Look through these. You have a small business one, an upsell, simple product. And let me give you an example. Let's just click on this preview. So for example, you could come in here and change this image and put your own image on a product you're selling, and you could just put buy now, and it's going to add them to your list as they buy your product. Right? But we could do this same thing. Excuse me. For example, we could do this same thing. We could pull this up, and then we come into our page and click add new page. And we can create our own landing page. All right, and what we do is we just go in here, and this is what we're going to do. And you guys can choose however you want to do this. I'm recommending going and building your own. So you could go in here and click container, and you could make your own landing page. Okay. So you could replicate it. You could put your picture in and make your own landing page, or you could use this one. Okay, so if you wanted to make your own landing page, you could even look at some of these templates, and see if any of these work for you. And then you could just replicate it and make your own page of it. Or you could use one of theirs. So this is how this works. Let's go ahead and click choose. And they have different images you could change in here, and you could change all this up. You could click on this button and make your product $20 or whatever it is. But what they're trying to make you do here is connect to Stripe. And we're going to show you how to do that in our WooCommerce training, in our how to build a store training. But they're saying they want you to do it now in order to run products through their system. And that's kind of the only option that they're getting you. But what you could do is just delete this entirely and put your own button in here. For example, You just add an image right here and create your own button. And say this was a buy now button. It's not, but you could put a link here. You click this and link that to a product, or link that to whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's how you can make your own example page, or your own landing page, sorry. Change your product name, and you could sell product like that. Alright, and you can go ahead and play with this. I'm going to encourage you to go through at least the WooCommerce training, and probably the rest of the training too, so that you can get a good understanding of this. Okay, of how this WooCommerce stuff works and products. But go ahead and look through a couple of these. Let's go back. But go ahead and look at some of these and preview them. And if this is something that interests you, okay, go ahead and pick one. All right, and design your own this way. And what'll happen is when you create it, it's going to give you its own link. So it'll say // whatever it is you call it. And then it's going to direct people to it. But what I'm recommending is, like I said, is to make your own landing page and direct people to your own website instead of Aweber's. And the way we do that and still build a list is what we did before, and we make a basic sign up form. Alright, so go ahead and create a new page with WordPress, and go ahead and click new sign up form and create a new sign up form. Alright, and we're going to just create a new one for my website. And that's another thing too, you can create one of these personally for a landing page. Okay, so there's a lot you can do here. This kind of opens you up to a lot of stuff. Alright, so what we're going to do is, let's just use the same one we did before. And maybe even, I guess, just do the same thing and put our background, kind of make this form the same thing, except we'll make it bigger, significantly bigger. And the reason why we're going to do this is because when we create our new page here, we want it to be bigger. So let's go ahead and show you how a landing page works. Let's click on just this one. Now, first off, when you build a landing page, you don't want it to be like this. So you don't want your header, and you don't want your title bar or any of this stuff. It just wants to be a landing page so it sucks them right in to your video or whatever it is you're doing. Okay, this is just kind of a general website. Okay, it's not necessarily a landing page. It's what would be called the home page. You can make any of them your home page, but it's kind of an overall thing. Okay, but if we remove this top part and suck people into this so they couldn't navigate through it and just were on this, landed on this, then it would be a landing page. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go over here to layout and click boxed. Alright, and it's going to say background image for page. I think it's gone. Let me check here. Never show your first featured image. Yeah. So go up here to layout. Go to background image for page. Make sure to click boxed. Go to background image for page. and click your background. And another thing about landing pages is they're not wide like this. They're boxed in. And that's what we're doing here. We're boxing all of this in. Okay. So we got our background. We boxed it. We don't want a header, so we're going to click no. We don't want a title bar, so we're going to click hide. And we don't want a footer either, so we're going to click no to displaying widgets, no to displaying the copyright. I guess you can just leave this at default. Okay. So what we're going to do now that we have our settings right is we're going to design our landing page. So let's go ahead and click element and add an element. And this element is going to be a text box. Better yet, I'm going to show you a very basic page. Let's go down here and put in a YouTube video. Now in another training I'll show you guys how to upload your own videos, but you're going to want to upgrade your hosting first because it won't be fast enough. So for now we're going to use YouTube, just kind of like we did with our web design. So go ahead and click YouTube, and then go to a YouTube page, or go to YouTube and find a video. Such as Live Your Dreams, or whatever you're doing. Oh, I suppose this will work. Just go ahead and click on this. And what we're going to do here is click on share. And instead of doing this and clicking copy, what we're going to do is go up here and click embed. And the reason we're doing that is because with this way, if you do it this way, it allows you to control the size of the video. You can go in and change the width and the height. So let's go ahead and copy this. Let's go to add new page. And actually, sorry, instead of YouTube, we're going to add an element, but we're going to use a code block. Okay, and let's just paste this YouTube right into that code block. Now what you want to do at this point is go to the beginning here of your iframe. That's what the code is called. And go over here to width. And this way you can control the size of your video. Okay, so let's just do like 700. Not 5700. Actually, let's do 725. And we're going to want to make it longer, 400, I guess. We'll click save. Now, see what I did? Let me go back in here. If I did that too fast. It says width equals. You want to keep this within these quotation marks when you're changing your sizes. So width, made it wider. Went over to height and put it in between these quotation marks. Changed it. So let's click save. Now that we have a video, let's say that this video is explaining what your website is or your product is or whatever it is you're doing. The next thing that we're going to want to do now is add a separator. So let's click element, add element, and click separator. We're going to give it no style, so it's invisible. And let's do about 15 by 15. We'll click save. Alright, and now that we've done that, what we need to do here is take this sign up form that we created and we need to put it in this landing page. Okay, so maybe we want to put a header on here. Some text in here and say, change this. Of course, change our font family. Change the color. Save it. Okay, looks pretty decent. So let's save our form. When you're done designing this, make it wide. You don't have to, I'm recommending it though. Go to step 2, name it, and we're going to name it landing page. I guess example. Since that's what this is. We're going to leave this basic. Already subscribed. Save it. Go to step 3 and grab your code. Okay, and copy that code and create another code block just like this and just paste it on in. Click save. And now that this is all set up, we're going to go ahead and click publish. Alright. And as you remember, we have a video in here, which we put in a code so we could change the size of it. We put our separator and made it invisible. And at the bottom we put in our opt-in form. So what we're going to do here is just go ahead and right click on this and open it. And we're going to see what it looks like. See how well we did. So far so good. It looks like we didn't really make the video big enough, or maybe even small enough, but the form looks really good. So let's go ahead and tweak this a little bit, as we're usually going to do. And let's size this video a little better. Let's go in here to code block. Oops, wrong code block, sorry. Let's go to this code block and make this 825. Maybe 500 or something, and click save. Click update. See if we made that video bigger. You know what, we should have made that space a little more space there. That's okay though. Fix that still. Yeah, I feel like this video is not pushed down far enough, so. Okay, let's reload it. See if we got the size right. Okay, that looks a little better. In fact, quite a bit better. But let's go ahead and come back in here. We're almost there. Okay, we're trying to size this up. But let's go in here and create this separator. Give it a little bit more space, 35. Go back into our code block and make this, I don't know, 875 maybe. By 525 maybe. Make it like a theater. Now this is going to be a bit big for most of the landing pages you've seen. And like I said, it's going to be a little easier when you're uploading your own videos. Okay, but this is pretty cool if someone were to come on this and say, what is this? And look at this, you could be explaining a product right here, or a meeting you're doing, or a cause or something, and maybe you could put a buy now button at the bottom, or a donate here button, or donate button or something, right? So let's take a look at this. Looks a little better. Let's make it a little thinner though. So we're almost there. We may as well finish this. And I'm going to show you a different way to do this as well. Hopefully that's about right. Okay, now I want you to notice here that there's our background, right? We have our background in here, and I want you to notice that it put this in a box. Okay, and it boxed your site, and it pushed it kind of in this little box. So whatever you design in your site is going in this box. Okay. Now let's say this is your basic landing page. The video's a bit big, and I'm going to show you how to change that. But I figured I'd show you how this works. Let's reload that. And generally when you come on a landing page, there's a video, and it says this is what we're doing. Maybe there's a header up here. It says this is what we're doing. Yeah, that looks a little better. That evened that out a bit. Right? And then your video says what it says. It talks about what you're doing, your cause, your product, your whatever it is you're doing. And then it says come down here and put in your name and email to access this product, or click the button to access the product, or whatever it is you're doing. Okay, this is your most basic generic landing page. And when it comes to landing pages, you do not want to overdo them. You want them to be basic because people like that. And you want your video nice and short, and then your opt-in email to be nice and clean. And people like that. They don't want you to overdo it with the landing page. Okay, so this is why also I'm saying that this doesn't necessarily have to be an email. Okay, this doesn't have to be something that's grabbing their email. This generally you want to do that anyway. When you're selling products, you want to grab their email. And there's ways to do that, and we'll show you. But this could be a product. You know, this could be anything, a donate button, whatever it is you're doing. Okay, it doesn't have to be an autoresponder, an email collector, but I'm intertwining this here to show you guys how to do this, because generally this is how it works, and you do want to do this. This is a really good way to build emails. You can talk about what you're doing and say, yeah, put in your name and email for the meetings, the newsletter, the ebook, you know, the free product, the whatever it is, and now you got their email. Okay, and I've already explained the value of emails and what you can do by getting a large email list, what you can accomplish. Okay, so this looks really good. I like our form, and I like this outline, but what I don't like is this video is too big. So let's fix that. And the way to fix that is we're going to go in here and click container. And when we click container, we're going to go down here to this 1/5, where are we? Yeah, 1/5, 1/5, 3/5 settings, and we're going to click it. Okay, and that gives us that's going to make it so we can make this video smaller. But we need to drag this to the top, the very top here. And then we're just going to take this code block right out of there and put it right into here. Alright, and now when we do this, let's change this again, make this a little bit smaller, 640 by 360. Click save. We got our separator. Let's click update and see what it looks like. Now again, like this, we might not get this perfect, but let's see what happens. And hopefully, okay. It's getting a little better. But I don't like that still. Obviously, it's not sized up right. So let's play with this a little bit more. Let's go in here and click container. Maybe this one will do a little better. And again, let's move it to the top. And we'll just grab this code and put it in this smaller one now and see if that works. And we'll just delete this whole container. We'll click update. And see if that works a little better. Let's click reload. And this whole process is a whole lot easier when you upload your own, but you'll get used to it. And oh wow, it made it worse. So what's happening, and I'm not sure why, is it's not centering this video right. So let's see if we can work on that. And I'm not sure why it would do that. Let's see here. Edit. Center, space between, space around, center. Okay, see what we did there? I went into this half thing and hit center so it'd center that code. Maybe that'll work. Let's go into this, edit on the code maybe. Okay, there's nothing there we can do. So hopefully that centered that. Let's click update. And this code centered that. A little eerie though, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think it would work. Okay. I'm betting, eventually what will happen is Avada will do a patch for this. And this is normal. The code gets a little whack. And don't hesitate when you see stuff like this to use your support and say, hey, there needs to be a patch for this or that. The videos aren't centering or this or that. And they'll fix it, but don't freak out if it happens. It's just normal in this business and what we're doing. The internet. Okay, let's see if we can find a better way. Since this isn't working all that well. Let's see if there's another element. Let's go in here and just plain see if we can put a YouTube right on in here. Oh yeah, this will probably work. Let's go in here and let's click embed again, or share. Except instead of clicking embed, let's just copy this link that it gives us. And let's go back to our page and just put that link in there. But right here, let's go ahead and put 640 by 360. Let's click center to align it. And hopefully this works. I don't see why it shouldn't, because it's giving us all the options. Let's get rid of this code and just use this YouTube one. Let's click update. Okay, and I'm thinking that should square it away. That looked pretty good. It let us pick the size. It let us click center. So let's hope that works. Well, it certainly worked. But now the video is too small because we've made this too small. So let's fix this again. Go here and click container. And let's go back to this one. Or maybe this one, 1/5, 3/5. And we'll just drag this YouTube into this bigger one again. And just clear this one out. Delete it. And let's see what that does. But what it's looking like to me is this YouTube thing that we used is working a lot better than the code. So let's do that. And if you're going to use your own videos, FV Player is the one that I use. That's a pretty good video player. Or you can just add a plugin. Just go down here on the side and look up video plugins. Well, it's done loading. I'm going to show you. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, if you want to do your own videos, you can just come in here and do plugins and add new. But you're also going to have to do a plugin called Add from Server, and that's going to move your video. And then you upload it through FTP. It's kind of a pain, but it's simple once you're used to it. You upload your videos through FTP because you can't do it directly through WordPress. And then you got to use the plugin Add from Server, which will pull those videos from your files, your FTP, your public HTML files into your WordPress. And then you use a video player to display them on your site through a plugin. Okay, so let's see what that did and if we're looking any better. A little bit. Change the size. I guess we do want to go a little bit bigger. Very interesting. And I apologize if it's a little quirky, if this video is a little quirky. I haven't done YouTube videos for a while. They kind of change things up, but looks like our YouTube plugin's working pretty, or our YouTube thing element is working pretty good. Okay, this isn't getting any bigger. So what we're going to want to do, make sure it's all the way saved. Is just add a new element, or add a new container. Make it to 1. And let's see if this does it. Move it in there. Click update and see what happens. Now, if this doesn't work, honestly, I'm thinking this might be the best we can get until you're uploading your own videos. But at least you'll have a video on there. So you can upload one to YouTube and just put one on there. Probably do one upload to Vimeo too. So let's see what that did. See if that changed anything. Yeah, it certainly did. Okay, so that's good. That worked like a charm. That worked really well, and it centered that video. So don't even worry about putting containers in here. Just do a wide container. Put your YouTube video, add your element, click YouTube, use the YouTube one. Oh, yep, so you can use a Vimeo one too. And video. Ah, see? So you can upload a MP4, like I told you how to do it with your FTP, and then move it to add from server, and boom, there you go. So you have a video player you can even use already. Okay, so we have our YouTube, our element, and let's change this back to our favorite number, 640 by 360. Let's click save, click update, and this should be the last time we have to do that. So I apologize. I figured that code would work pretty well, but I guess it didn't work that well. It didn't like to center it. So I guess just go ahead and use the YouTube element. But at least you learned something. You learned that you can take your embed a YouTube and use a code block and do it manually. See, that's much better. Okay, we got our image, we got our video, and we got it the size that we want it to be. So this is what I'm recommending for now. Go ahead and make your video and say this is what we're doing and this is what we're selling, or whatever it is you're doing. Upload it to YouTube and do what we just showed you how to do. Use the YouTube element, make it 640 by 360, center it, and it should pop your video right up. And this is going to be your most basic landing page. They'll come here, they'll see the video, and it's going to say, this is what we're doing, check out our product, put in your name and email. Okay, or whatever it is that you're doing. Now another thing that we could do is put a header up here, and really quick I'll show you how to do that. But I want to keep you in mind too that some of these you don't want them too long, but a lot of people do these different. Maybe there's not a video, there's a header and it says, check out what we're doing, check out our free clean energy or this or something, and then it goes down and you scroll and it's explaining clean energy, and you have different pictures or something. You know, all these landing pages are different, and you're going to want to use your imagination. That's why I said when you go here, click on landing pages in your Aweber and use some of these for an example so that you might get an idea of this. Alright? And when you're in your Avada theme, this is why we chose it, because it makes you so in control of your site. Let's say you wanted to come down here and you're looking at this and you say, okay, instead of this I want to sell them 3 different memberships. So you'd go down here and, you know, maybe a bronze, a silver, and a gold membership or something, and you'd come down here and you'd take this code out, you'd just delete this completely, you'd come in here and click container, click these 3 elements and put your 3 different pictures in here and link them to your different memberships, which we'll show you how to do in another video. Create a membership site or whatever it is you're doing. This could be a store. Check out our 3 different products. You know, whatever it is you're doing. Donate this much, donate this much, donate this much. Okay, whatever it is you're wanting to do. And also make sure that you can go in here to edit these little boxes. And there's a lot of different settings you can do. Center them and design them. Right? So you can make them different sizes and put paddings and borders on them and shadows, box shadows, and you could put a background on them. You could do a lot of different stuff with these, so don't be afraid to go in here and play with these settings as well. Okay, and I'm not going to get into all this because as you can see there's so many, and this is just one of those things you'll have to learn and play with. Okay, so you have a whole lot of options here when it comes to landing pages. Okay, and like I said, check some of these out. I guess we'll just click create one so we can look at the different landing pages. Wow, the internet seems to be a little slow today. It's not usually this slow. Okay. But that's your basic thing. You want to put it in the box, put your background on it, whether it's a color or a background image. Maybe put a video. People love videos. You're going to get a lot better responses if there's a video right here. Okay, and don't make it too long. Keep everything basic. When you make your opt-in form, make it nice and basic, welcoming but basic. Okay, you don't want to go too extravagant with these. Okay, so what we do is we're going to click create landing page, and like I said, go through these, and if any of these pop out at you, go ahead and feel like, you know, if you want to replicate it, or if you want to use it, use it. And run things through Aweber if you want. But keep in mind, if you run a landing page through Aweber, it's going to say this Aweber / landing pages / whatever it is that you're calling your landing page, which is kind of a sloppy thing a little bit, but they're still very effective because, you know, you can put them on Facebook or somewhere, or social media somewhere, blog somewhere, and someone might click on it, you know, and just click the link anyway, and it'll just take them to it. So it's up to you. Me, that's kind of a nice one. Me personally, like I said, I like doing it like this because you can create, like this. You can create just as nice of a landing page, if nicer actually, a whole lot nicer of a landing page on your own. okay, than you can with these landing pages. With these landing pages. And you can also back it up. So if you switch companies, you don't have to recreate a landing page. It's already backed up. It's on your site. You just have to create a simple opt-in box. Okay? So basically you'd create your own. See, you could do a better background. This isn't even that nice of a background. You can get a background here and then just put your box right in front of it. So you create your own landing page. It's not going to say / all this stuff when you create it. Alright, and then just make your own box and put it on it. But use these for an example. If you want to, you know, check some of these out and get some ideas. If you need some ideas for landing pages. Alright, that virtual, that could be a good one. Virtual class scheduler. You could click on this. I hope I clicked preview. YouTube. Maybe I'll speed things up. Yeah. So you could click on this and say, this is nice. And maybe go get a picture of a meditation, someone meditating or something, and set one up kind of like this. But you could do this yourself. I mean, look at that. Put two boxes there. One for your text and your button. You could put a box there and a button. And then you could put an image on this one, and boom, it's the exact same. You got your header and everything. You can make your own landing pages. And then you back them up and you have them, and you're not worried about it. And your domain name looks cleaner. Okay, so that's it. How to create landing pages. You can do them through your autoresponder. And you could also do them through your website. I'm recommend doing them through your website. Okay, to make them so you can back them up, and it's a lot easier. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. We've covered pretty much everything. Just don't hesitate to play with your settings, design a good landing page. Don't go overboard with any of this. Just keep it simple. People like that. So go ahead and get that done. If you want to make a landing page and then make your own video, go ahead and do that and get yourself a landing page set up. And in the next video, we're going to show you how to send out autoresponders. So send out an automatic broadcast. So when someone signs up on your emails or gets one of your, becomes a member or something, it's automatically going to send out emails. And you won't have to send the emails out. It'll just automatically do it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So if 100 people come in and sign up, it's going to automatically send them their product or whatever it is they're doing, their newsletter, the product, the ebook, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so that's it for this video. Go ahead and get a landing page set up, and in the next video, we're going to show you how to automatically set up emails. So when they sign up, it'll send them their stuff. And you can send them whatever emails you want. Okay, so that's it, and go ahead and get this set up and move on to the next video.